Are you often frustrated, depressed, and worried, feeling like you're doing everything right, working hard, but still not getting success? If you say to yourself, it shouldn't be this difficult, I'm here to tell you, you're absolutely right. A big breakthrough is waiting for you right now. Or maybe you're a successful agent, but you really don't feel that successful at all because you're overwhelmed, stressed out, still working 7 days a week, on call, long hours, and you feel like you're pushing a cart with square wheels. If you say to yourself, it shouldn't be this hard, it shouldn't be this complicated, I'm here to tell you, you're right. A life-altering remaking of your business life can be easier than you might think possible. 6-figure, 7-figure income and success as a real estate agent does not have to be difficult or complicated. And I have proven exactly this over and over again every single day. What if I told you that you've been lied to a lot about this? That's most of what you hear from other franchise companies, right? They're trainers, from brokers, from other coaches. Nothing's really changed in their mantras since the 1950s. Sure, there's tech and there's social media, but really, what has changed that is truly important and changed for the better? They say you are in the real estate business and that you own a business, but do you? Or are you in a fancied up sales job? But one without a salary, without a company car, without a 401k, and without health insurance. If you're a really good agent, you make maybe $100,000 a year net after paying all your own expenses. And the advice you get is 1950s advice that they used to give to salespeople. They tell you things like, the early bird gets the worm, so get up early. Or you gotta work late, work hard, work harder, see more people, no pain, no gain. It's not supposed to be easy, they tell you. And the work gets more complicated. Now today, you got to deal with Facebook and Facebook Live and Instagram and LinkedIn and YouTube and Google and organic search and paid search and offline advertising and networking. But you can't even take a 2-week vacation from your business without it falling apart. Do you even have income predictability, let alone certainty? Does your family wish you had a totally different career? I've taken a very different, controversial, some say radical approach to help myself first, and then I've helped over 30,000 agents nationwide quit this bad job as a typical realtor and replace it with a real business, a great business, one offering great income that you can be proud of, that your family can be proud of, and you can depend on in good or difficult times. I have about 15 minutes of important comments about this. But first, I want to tell you up front that I have worked with my top coaches to prepare a special new personal, private diagnostic and prescriptive call addressing the bad job replacement. And if you qualify, I'm going to offer that call to you entirely free of charge or obligation. I have, however, set aside only 19 call slots over the next 45 days for these free consultative calls for real estate agents not already working with me. So if what I have to say to you in the next 15 minutes does interest you, it'll be essential for you to act immediately to arrange your confidential call. You have nothing to lose by staying with me here for the next 15 minutes. But I promise you, there's a lot to lose by not hearing what I have to say. In fact, once you hear this, you can't unhear it. You may immediately think, hey, the last thing that I want to do is suffer through some type of sales pitch from a fake coach on a phone call, and I don't blame you. I will not subject you to that. And you may very well change your mind about being one of the 19 agents to jump on this call in the next few minutes. If you haven't recognized me yet, my name is Craig Proctor. And in brief, here are my actual relevant accomplishments. I was the #1 RE/MAX agent in the world in only my 3rd year as a real estate agent. And I maintained one of the top 10 RE/MAX agents in the world for over a 20-year period, consecutive years. Me, the Tom Brady of the RE/MAX League. Those years included 2 serious market disruptions and downturns that literally wiped out tens of thousands of real estate agents as well as mortgage brokers. I didn't just survive, I thrived. Now, I've mentored, coached, and consulted with thousands of real estate agents from the beginning, where they just started in the business, to very seasoned veterans and top income pros, including guiding them through the 2008 financial crash and its aftermath. Always keeping them from being consumed by being busy. But busy with what? From being overworked, overwhelmed, confused, and burnout, often raising their incomes at stunning speed without piling on more busyness to get it done. For example, I provided the strategies and fail-safe clear certain system that took Samita Shalka of California from $25,000 to $225,000 in GCI in 12 months. Or how about Gurtag Upal from Ontario, Canada, from $80,000 to $300,000 in GCI in his first year, and now he's on pace for $500,000. Mark Deacon of Arizona started with me at $250,000, pretty good. I took him to $650,000 in GCI in just 12 months. Or how about Christopher Hurst of Ontario, Canada? From a 20-year rut, Christopher, 20 years of earning between $100,000 and $200,000 to earning $600,000 in his first year with me. And already this year, halfway through the year, he's on pace for $1 million. Or how about Brad and Kathy Congdon of Florida? After 17 years of not getting beyond $250,000 in GCI to over $500,000 in their first year with me to $750,000 last year, and now targeting $1 million in GCI by the end of this year. Hey, look, I could go on and on. I have hundreds more like this. Now, here are 5 things I know for certain about real success as a real estate agent. Thing number 1, virtually all the conventional wisdom and industry norms are designed to put a huge mass of people to work getting average results, not designed to facilitate top income, independence, autonomy, and income certainty. If you want top income without top stress, hours, feast and famines, you must find a road less traveled. Thing number 2, doing all the work of real estate is not the answer. Instead, engineering a system that does the right high payoff work and you running the system is the real secret. Do you have a real system? No disrespect, but I bet that you do not. That's not your fault. You naturally accepted the way we do things around here, and you tried to do it well. You tried to do it better. You worked hard. You tried to outwork everybody else. When I was struggling, I went outside of real estate to find the secrets of the highest income earning, least stressed, and happiest owners of a diversity of businesses. And I made a shocking discovery. The businesses at the top were actually doing less and harvesting more than the majority. How? By system, not by just work and effort. Thing number 3, motivation without foundation produces only frustration. You know, motivation is fine. We can all use some encouragement. But empty motivation is like a junk food meal of empty calories. You feel really full at first, but later, strangely, you feel less energy and you gain no power. Being highly motivated to pursue goals is really only useful if you know exactly what to do to attain those goals. Being positive is only productive if your attitude can be applied to a blueprint for positive accomplishment. You know, our industry is full of motivators. Now, personally, I've never given a motivational speech in my life, but I have motivated a lot of people to real achievement by giving them a fail-safe, proven blueprint deserving of their confidence. Like Bertrand Dusson, who came to me frustrated and frankly confused about how to get to consistent high income. In 48 months, he went from under $100,000 in GCI to over $1.5 million in GCI while reducing his hours worked and spending more uninterrupted time with his family and feeling a hell of a lot better about himself. Bertrand did over $5 million in GCI last year. Or how about Nick Rendelman in Chicago, already doing quite well, but as he put it, working himself into an early grave. We restructured his bad job into a good business at the same time. We raised his game from working like crazy to sell 30 to 40 homes a year to now easily selling over 100 homes a year. Thing number 4, very, very few ever ferret out the truth about real lasting success in the real estate industry. I know that the word secret is an overused cliche, but I promise you there are in fact little known secrets about real estate agent success that top producers who know them keep to themselves. You know, when they go up on stage to get their trophy, to get their award, they parrot the company narrative, but they keep these secrets to themselves. This is why I'm not a darling of any of the big companies or state associations. When I say that if you're doing everything right, but you're still not getting the right results, something's wrong, and it's probably not your fault. You know, I know that irritates a lot of leaders, but fortunately, I don't care. I'm more interested in you than them. More interested in the hardworking, sincerely ambitious real estate agent than I am about the corporate suits or the other real estate coaches. Thing number 5, a lot of real estate agents looking for help are actually victimized by the league of liars, the inexperienced pretenders, and the vultures surrounding them. Lies about real success in real estate are perpetuated by almost a cabal of cooperating coaches, seminar givers, and trainers passing real estate agents around from one coach to the next coach like a bowl of mashed potatoes at the family dinner. Inexperienced pretenders coach agents right off the financial cliff. This includes Craig Proctor copycats, who basically deliver book reports of my teaching and methods. They try to copy it, but they can't adapt it as needed to fast-changing market conditions like this. These copycats are truly dangerous, and vultures offer the frustrated magic cures using yet another commission-killing portal, or they try to sell you a CRM or do more social media. Gimmicks. These are quick fixes that aren't really fixes at all. It's kind of like taping over cracks in a dam with a bunch of Post-it notes. So why trust me to tell you the truth that no one else will? Well, first, bluntly, I don't even need your money. And I certainly don't want your money if I don't earn it. Without showing off, I can tell you that my wife, Catherine, and I have 2 very nice homes, one in Florida. I have a business that would thrive without even a single new client for years to come. And I have considerable secure wealth that I've accumulated over the past 3 decades. In fact, about a year ago, I again considered just retiring and relaxing at my beach house or on my boat. But it was my wife, Catherine, who talked me out of that. My wife said I was going to be needed in these few years of difficult markets more than ever, that the real estate agents and the real estate agent community that's been very, very good to me, I owe them my experience and my judgment and my leadership right now at this critical time. So, with a few requirements, I'm offering you an entirely free, no fee, no obligation, and no pressure private consultation for confidential diagnosis of your business and your readiness for the sequence of market events that I predict, and to provide some prescriptions for replacing your bad job with a great, strong, sustainable, high-income business. But there's a limit. I'm only interrupting my normal business for just 19 of these special calls over the next 45 days. A second reason to trust me on this is I bring to the table an absolutely proven system, not a collection of random ideas. Most real estate coaching fails in one of 3 ways. Number 1, it's usually all about motivating you to do more. Knock on more doors, spend more money on advertising. You're whipped like a mule, and you're made to feel inadequate. Okay, number 2, often the coaching's disorganized, even random. And number 3, it's canned by one man's book. Every coach on my team is an active, super successful agent using my system, being one of the top 1% of the agents right now going through the same changing market with you. They're not has-beens or never-beens. They're not generic accountability coaches. I just refuse to insult your intelligence like that. Let's talk about what happens after the call. Well, that's entirely up to you. If you decide you want to use my system as your own and be coached by a reliable guide during the coming market challenges, all the way to having a really great business, and if you're accepted, it will be on a safe, fully guaranteed, zero-risk basis. Here's what I mean. As a baseline, I guarantee to add an additional $20,000 in GCI over the next 120 days on top of whatever you're making now, or you pay nothing. But this possible relationship is about a lot more than just making more money. This is about switching from an often overwhelming, often exhausting, often frustrating sales job masquerading as a business to you actually owning an income-generating machine, a true system that actually works for you, that frees you from working dawn to dark, jumping every time the cell phone rings, from having your spouse and kids really wishing you were in some other line of work, and from being even a high-income success, yet knowing you're trading your life for this, and deep inside, it's really as fragile as your next deal. And this is about getting you through the coming storms, the catastrophic for many, but safely with good income intact for you. I have worked closely with my senior coach who will conduct your personal call to make sure it's useful and beneficial to you, whether you and I ever do business together or not. To arrange your call, all you have to do is click the button on this page or the link and answer a few qualifying questions and pick an available date and time. Listen, success in real estate does not have to be difficult. When I started, I struggled and I quickly rejected the industry norms and went to work figuring out a system to replace just work. And I did it. My system made it simple, methodical, certain, and even easy to sell over 500 homes a year, every year, year after year. In the first 14 months, using the first version of my system, I went from working like a crazed person, but still broke and confused, to selling over 200 homes and making millions of dollars in GCI. Now, since then, my system has been refined and refined and improved, including real-world use and feedback from over 30,000 realtors in my top coaching groups. All you have to do is click the button on this page or the link. One other thing, if not now, when? I mean, you came to this message for good reason, and you're still watching me. You want a better business life, and I think you deserve a great business life, and I know for a fact that I can help you create it with my system. To know and feel that there just has to be a better way, but to be endlessly putting off finding it, continuing with the same work, but hoping for a different results, is frankly just not smart. So click on the button now on this page, or click on the link, book your call, and we'll see you on the other side. Thank you for watching.